Hi dear student, this is Mr. Hawkar, your math teacher. I'm going to talk about chapter 10 in your book. First lesson we have perimeter of polygons. Perimeter, it means distance around the figure. If you want to find the perimeter, you need to measure the distance around the figure. Let's see example. We have a figure now. If you want to find perimeter, we need to plus all sides. Perimeter equals 12 plus 7 plus 12 plus 6 plus 6. We have 2 6, so we need to plus all numbers to get perimeter. P, it means perimeter, equals, if you plus it, plus all numbers, we will get 43 meters. So we measure it by meters, so the final answer is P equals 43. So let's see one more example. Find the perimeter. For which shape we have rectangle. Rectangle, it has length and width. Length equals 97 centimeter, width equals to 32 centimeter. So we have a rule. Also we can plus all sides, but we have a rule for rectangle. Rectangle, it has two lengths and two widths. So we need to times it 2 times by length and 2 times by width. Length equals to 97, width equals to 32. So P, it means perimeter, I told you. L, it means length. W, it means width. So we have 2 times by L plus 2 times by width. 2 times by 97. 97, its length, and 32, its width. 2 times by 32. 2 times by 97 equals 194 plus 2 times by 32 equals 64. So plus it. P equals 258. Polygon, at the right we have a polygon and the perimeter of this polygon 105 meters. We need to find the unknown length. This one. We have a variable, we need to find unknown length. 26 meters, 7 meters, 29 meters, 16 meters. So we need to find the value of A, the length of A. P equals, I told you, if you want to find perimeter, we need to plus all sides around the figure, all sides. It means A plus by B plus C plus D plus E. P equals 105 because in the question, perimeter of this polygon, it has 105 meter. 105 meter, this one is perimeter, and A, we need to find it unknown. B, it's 16, C, 29, D, 7, and E equals to 26. We need to plus all numbers. 105, it's in the left. There's no any number to plus with 105. A, we don't know. We need to write it A. And if we plus it, 16 plus 29 plus 7 plus 26, we will get 78. Now this is equation. When we have equation, if we have plus, we need to change to minus. A equals 105 minus by 78. So A equals to 27. The unknown length equals 27 meters. So A equals to 27 meters. This one, we have a rectangle. Length equals to 4W plus by 3, and W, it means width. Width equals to 28 meter. First, we need to find length and we need to find perimeter. width equals to 28 meter, length equals to 4w plus by 3. So length equals 4w, w equals to 28 plus by 3. Length equals 115. So we have length and we have width. We can find perimeter. P equals 2L plus by 2W. It means 2 times by length plus 2 times by width. P equals 2 times by length. We found it 115 plus 2 times by W. It means 2 times by 28. 2 times by 115 equals 230 plus 2 times by 28 equals 56. So we need to plus it. P, it means perimeter, equals 286 meter. Now we have lesson 2, circumference. Circumference, use it for circle. It's a distance around a circle. It's also like perimeter, but use it for circle. It's called circumference. We have rule for circumference. Two rules. C, it means circumference, equals pi d. Pi times by d, it means diameter. Or if we have radius, C equals 2 pi r, 2 pi r, 2 times by pi times by r, because if we have r, we need to times it by 2 to get diameter. Find the circumference. We have an example. This one, diameter equals to 5 meter. First, we need to write a rule. C equals pi times by d. Pi times by d. So pi equals 3.14. Never, this one never change. This one, pi equals 3.14. Always 3.14. Or we can use 22 over 7. But we need to use 3.14 as you like. If you use 22 over 7. 3.14 times by diameter equals to 5. If we times it, we get 15.70, but 0 in the end doesn't have any value, and decimal 0 in the end doesn't have any value. So C equals, or circumference equals, 15.7 meter. This one, we have radius. If we want to find circumference when we have a radius, we need to use this rule. C equals 2 times by pi times by r. It means radius. C equals 2, pi equals to 3.14 times by r, radius. That one is radius 1.9. We need to times it. First step, we need 2 times by 3.14. We get 6.28 times by 1.9. C equals 11.932 centimeters. This one, lesson 3, it's area. We have a rule for area. Now I'm going to talk about area of parallelogram and area of trapezoid. This one, for parallelogram we have a rule, also for trapezoid we have a rule. Area of parallelogram equals base times by height. Base times by height. So we can use A, it means area, B, it means base, H, it means height. This shape, this figure in the right, this is parallelogram. Also, we have area of trapezoid. It's 1 over 2 times by height, by h, it means height. B1, it's base 1 plus by B2, it's base 2 because we have 2 bases. A, it means area, equals 1 over 2 times by h times by B1 plus B2, base 1 plus B2. That shape, This one for trapezoid. So we need to see example, find the area of each figure. This one, we have parallelogram, base equals 5, height equals 2 meter. We need to write the rule for finding area, sorry. B equals 5 meter, H equals 2 meter. It means base 5 meter, height 2 meters. A area equals B base times by height. Base equals 5 and H equals 2. So if you write base or height from the beginning, it's okay because multiple is commutative property. So if I say 2 times by 5 or 5 times by 2, it's same. So 5 times by 2 equals 10 meters square because we have area. If we have area, we need to write meter square or centimeter square or kilometer square. We need to use it by square. Meter. Here we have meter. We need to write meter square. Let's see one more example. We have also a parallelogram. A base equals 16.5 meter and height equals to 6.2 meter. So we need to find area. A equals base times by height. A equals 16.5 times by 6.2. It means base times by height. A equals 102.30 meter. So it's 102.3 meters square because 0 in the end doesn't have any value. I told you we need to write meter square or centimeter square because this is area. If we have trapezoid we have two bases and height. There's a rule, base 1 equals to 6, base 2 equals to 4, and height equals to 8 centimeter. This is by centimeter. This is rule 1 over 2 times by h times by b1, it means base 1 plus base 2. So h equals to 8, b1 equals to 6, and b2 equals to 4. Now, if we times it, first, by order of operations, we need to start from inside the bracket. We have 6 plus 4 equals 10. 1 over 2 times by 8 times by 10. So 1 over 2, it means half of 8 times by 8, half of 8. Half of 8, it means divided by 2. 8 divided by 2, we get 4 times by 10, A equals to 40 centimeters square. This is centimeter, so we need to write centimeter square. We have one more example. So base 1 equals to 6.5 meter and base 2 equals 4.2 meter. Height equals to 4 meter. We have a rule also, 1 over 2 times by h times by b1 plus b2, base 1 plus base 2. 1 over 2 h, it means height equals 4 and base 1 equals 6.5 plus by 4.2. Also we can say base 1 equals to 4.2. It's okay if you say base 1 equals to 4.2 or base 2 equals to 6.5. If you change it, it's okay. Now A equals to 1 over 2 times by 4. If we plus it, 6 plus 5, 6.5 plus by 4.2 equals 10.7. If we times it, 1 over 2 times by 4, it means divided. Divide by which number? By 2. 4 divided by 2 equals 2. 2 times by 10.7. 10.7 equals to what? 2 times by 10.7 equals 21.4 because one digit after point, we need to write one digit after point by meter square.